Okay, our 6.4, 9:09 a.m. item, presentation of proclamation recognizing veterans on Veterans Day. Supervisor Crandall and Supervisor Sabatier.
Just take this with me.
Supervisor Sabatier, I know I'm the only veteran on the board, but I know that you've been a very ardent advocate, so I'd really like you to read it. And Chris, would you like to come up?
Actually, no, come up.
Yeah.
Please. So I know in having known Chris for a long time that Lake County is home to one of the highest percentage of per capita veterans in this area. We take care of a lot of veterans. A lot of veterans are in need of services. Chris Talafero helps provide those connections, as do our veterans services in our public health department. And we should continue to provide everything that we can for those that gave so much. This is a proclamation recognizing our veterans on Veterans Day. Whereas the contributions and sacrifices of the men and women who served in the armed forces have been vital in maintaining our freedoms and way of life. And whereas tens of millions of Americans have served in the armed forces of the United States during the past century. And whereas hundreds of thousands of Americans have given their lives while serving in the armed forces during the past century. And whereas our state is home to more than 1.6 million veterans, the most of any state in the nation, and whereas Lake County is home to approximately 4,500 veterans, or approximately 7% of our county's population. And whereas our veterans are brave and selfless individuals who, when duty called, willingly put themselves in harm's way to defend the lives and liberty of others. And whereas their abiding patriotism and enduring devotion to the ideals on which the United States is founded can never fail to inspire us. And whereas our veterans understand the important task before the American service men and women are now keeping watch. And now, therefore, the Board of Supervisors acknowledge the great contributions and sacrifice of our veterans to both our country and to our local communities. The Board of Supervisors honors the contributions of our veterans to the principles of democracy, individual freedom, and human rights. Let it be further proclaimed that the Board of Supervisors will join the nationwide effort Operation Greenlight in showing support for veterans by lighting our Lake County Courthouse in Lakeport green from November 6th through 12th, 2023. By shining a green light, the County of Lake and our residents will let veterans know that they are seen, appreciated, and supported. Passed and adopted the 7th day of November, 2023.
Thank you for that. I wanted to also give acknowledgement to the Veteran Services Office that's local. They help a lot of folks. They're very efficient. I've dealt with them in the past as well, and I often refer people there, and they have a lot of success. There is challenges at times, but I think many instances, veterans have a lot of, things to deal with. And so in some instances, they really need to be walked through it. I know I did. And so it's a very important task to get them the services they need, medical. A lot of times they come and they don't have that opportunity to be seen. They need insurance, but a lot of the injuries and a lot of the effects of different instances in their deployments and whatnot put them in a vulnerable spot. And so it's very great to have an office that serves the veterans the way they do. And so I just wanted to highlight that. And then, of course, Chris, he does a wonderful job for us as well.
So, Chris Talafero, I work for Employment Development Department, helping veterans find jobs. Just going to get a little backdrop. I got out of the Navy in 2007, and I moved here, not from Lake County originally. But I started working with a nonprofit helping homeless veterans get into housing. And in 2008, the only way I could help them was, here's a bus pass to to Mendocino or Sonoma County. So I want to say thank you to the Board of Supervisors and all of the organizations locally that have fought to help get a lot of resources locally to the county. That includes a VA clinic that we got in 2010, which now gets us housing opportunities, which gets a lot of other resources that weren't available to Lake County veterans just 20 years ago. So thank you very much to Board of Supervisors for helping our veterans.
And thank you, Chris, for being such a strong and steady advocate. Thank you for all that you do. Do we have anyone in the chambers who'd like to speak on this item? Or anyone in the Zoom room? Okay.